Hello, it's Jenny from Ginger Ninja Crafts. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I am here with a Tag Tuesday video, and this is a bit of a 2-for-1 because I didn't get one done last week. So if you would like to see what I made for the Ombre prompt and the Purple Fruit prompt, then please keep watching. This is a challenge that is hosted by the very lovely Shirley over at Handmade by Shirley. You should definitely check out her channel if you haven't already. She is trying to reach her next milestone, something like 1,500. I think that's right. She's very close to it anyway, so if you haven't watched her before, please do and consider hitting subscribe. It would make her day. So yeah, anybody can join in. You just have to use the hashtag #TagTuesday and link Shirley in your video, or you can upload on social media, or you can send her a photograph. And Shirley very kindly does a little giveaway at the end of each month where everybody who participated in that month's Tag Tuesday, I think at least twice, she'll pop your names in a draw and pick out a winner. And I've been very lucky to win at least once. I got a lovely bookmark and some ephemera, and it was a lovely little package to receive. So yeah, keep watching if you want to see how I made my 2 tags. So I've got my tag here, and I've got this stencil which I have had in my stash for quite a while. I think it's called Afternoon Tea, and it is by Hunkydory. And I'm going in with a light kind of lilac-y colour around this doily. So it sort of looks like you've got a doily at the top and the bottom. And they're really good, these Hunkydory stencils, I have to say. They're nice. They feel very good quality. Now I'm just trying to do a little bit down that side, but I've got lots more things I'm going to add to this tag. So now I've got a little stamp. Oh, Ozzy is trying to chew my toes. He thinks it's 5 o'clock, but it's not. So I'm just adding some first and second generation stamping with this. And I love this pattern. I don't really know what it's called, but I always think it's like a sort of clown, Pierrot clown. So then I'm going in with some Pixie powders, and I'm doing a little bit of smooshing from my little stamping block there. I have been making lots of Christmas cards with Pixie powders this month. And I don't think I've used this technique yet with the Christmas cards, but it's nice to add a little bit of colour and detail. And now I've got all these fruity stamps, and I decide to go for the one that's the berries. So I'm just going to stamp them out with my Memento black ink. Now I've got some kind of raspberries that I think maybe could be brambles if you, or blackberries, if you coloured them in right. So I'm stamping them as well as the blueberries, but I think the blueberries are probably the most likely. So I've got a little cluster of them, and then there is sorry, that's my phone making a noise. There is little individual ones as well. So I'm just going to let those sit there for a moment, let the ink dry, and then I have got this mica spray. So I'm going to add a bit top corner, bottom corner. I've also sprayed it on this stamped blueberries, so I'm going to go back in and get a little paintbrush and use that little bit of ink to colour in the blueberries so that I've got some nice purple fruit. I will pop the names of the inks in the description box below. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but I've just taken the excess ink off the tag and colouring them in, and I'm doing the little individual blueberries as well. And then I'm also going to use the Pixie powders for a bit of painting. So I just put a little splodge onto my craft mat, add some water, and then you can use it and you get a lovely sheen off using the Pixie powders wet like this as paint. So I am just colouring in those brambles. I don't think I end up using them, but I'm adding a little bit onto the blueberry, the individual ones. So you just get that kind of sheen from the mica, and then I just add my little hole on my tag. So then I'm just going to dry those off before I colour in the leaves. So I'm just using a green alcohol marker pen, colour in those. Just a little bit of shading, not a whole lot. A bit of a shadow behind the where the berry is, and then lighter up at the top. And then they are ready to be fussy cut out, so I just start doing some fussy cutting. Which I always find quite soothing, doing a bit of fussy cutting. I like watching other people do it, and I enjoy doing it myself. Now, I am trying to think about what else I want to add because it's quite busy. I have got this little washi tape out because I've been playing with my washi tapes recently. But I also want to add a little bit of a white kind of background. So I've got this kind of grid that I've die cut as well as that frame. I think the frame is too big for the tag. The stamp set where I got the berries from has this "thank you very much." So I have stamped that out and I'm just trimming it down. And then I've also got another little bit I'm going to add the wet pixie powder around to create a little background layer for my little words to go onto. And then I'm going to use that bit of washi as a sort of anchor to glue this down onto. Yeah, I think that looks nice. And then I'm trying to think, what will I add? That's a bit big. This is a bit big. I think I'm going to cut it down and pop it in from the side like that, and it can, the blueberries can sit on top of that. So it's a wee bit fussy to glue, but with the fine nozzle on my glue, it's not too bad. And because I'm going to stick the blueberries on top, that will also help, and it'll cover up any bits that are sort of gluey that are sticking through from the back. So there we go. Now I'm deciding how I want to use all the other berries that I coloured in. So I'm just going in with alcohol marker to do that. You know, the kind of bottom of a blueberry that's kind of a dark bit. And I'm adding a little bit of white gel pen. And then I'm just going to stick some berries around the word. And will I use that other bit? No. Should I? Should I put a bramble on it? No. Does anybody else do this? You stamp and colour more than you need. And then when it comes to finishing off, you think, oh, should I add that? I don't know. Maybe I will. Little bits of little bit of gel pen, and then I'm just going to put 3 little blueberries at the bottom here. And I'm just using a little scrap of cardboard to raise up that berry that's going to sit at the top so that it looks like it's a little bit 3D. And then all I need to do is add some trim. So if you enjoyed that, I hope that you would hit like, leave me a little comment, let me know which one you preferred. Did you prefer the ombre butterfly tag or the kind of slightly messy mixed media purple fruit tag? And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back very soon with another crafty video. Take care.